Monday. This is the Midday Reset, right? How y'all feeling about it? Have y'all been enjoying it? Yeah, you been enjoying it? I've been enjoying it too. I don't know how much I realized I was devoting every week until it's the third week. Until you ever did that before? Like I signed yourself up for something? I saw that 80-degree weather. I said, dang, I gotta go to church. I'm trying to I'm trying to play some golf. Uh Mainly because this Maryland weather don't give us what I want right now, which is to be able to have 80 degrees every day. It's almost like, don't be shy, Miss Karen, come right on up. It's almost like, and I need to send you that email today. Uh, Lex, Jen, somebody who's listening, don't let me not send that email to Miss Karen today. But it's like you get some nice weather, then it just rain the next day and be 60 degrees, and I'm not feeling that at all. But y'all well? Yes? You're doing good? Your faith is strong? So strong? We had a good day on Sunday, did we not? Did we enjoy Sunday? Yes. What we get out of it? I love this series. Guess who's coming to dinner? We called it so many things: the table, at the table. Guess who's coming to dinner? Uh, but I think it's a real good locator of just where you may be. You might think you sitting in one seat, and then you start really processing. Like, man, I'm not in the seat I thought I was. Uh, but y'all talk to me. What do you? You gotta use this mic though. Uh, what y'all talk to me? What are you? Let's start with you, Britt. What are you learning from the series,
Um,
or just the first installment, I guess?
I've learned that I'm ready to move seats at the table.
Come on.
It's about heart posture. It's about growing up
Yep.
in your faith,
Yep.
growing up spiritually, and just sometimes you gotta shake things up in yourself. You gotta look at the logs in your own eyes, and it's just been so good. Like it's too much.
It's too
I can't
much.
tell it all.
I got you. She said it's too much. I can't tell it all. Anybody else? Somebody tell something. What else we got? About anything. Because they got to be able to hear you on that chat.
Okay. So it was in the service. I thought I was going to lose my mind when you called the men up
And they
and you
sung.
said that they were like the
The
back
earring back.
part, the earring back. I, how, yeah. So that's all I have to say. That I just wanted to lose my mind.
God, God be giving me some good analogies, man.
Listen, you're growing deeper.
I appreciate that. Anyone else want to share anything on how things have been blessing them?
Yes. So I love how everything's tying
What's
together,
up, homie?
right? Like, so getting off the milk, getting on solid food, and you're talking about maturity.
Yeah,
And then also with just not being judgmental and how
yeah,
that's all tying together so that we are not divided, right?
yeah,
We grow together in unity. And that's your vision for the church as well, and for us to become unrecognizable. So we're working on ourselves as well
yes,
as kind of giving that to others who interact with us as well. So it's
yeah.
all kind of just tying together for me.
It's all coming together, man. I'm really, if you're paying attention, I'm taking you on a journey from New Year's Eve all the way to where we are now, because the commitment has to be, God, I'm not going to look like myself at the end of this year. And at some point you have to have a level of confidence in who he's said that you are, even in the gap that you can't see. Oh, now you hear what I just said. Okay. Say that different, Nelson. There's a you that God calls you, and then there's the reality of who you are. Does that make sense? So he can call you like the lender, and you be like, I ain't got no money to lend nobody, right? But your present reality is not your final destination. And so what he calls you is inevitably who you are, regardless of what you are currently seeing. But that gap requires the work of you. Does it make sense? So the journey I'm taking us all on is really a journey of my own personal reflection within myself of like, it's time for me to grow up. It's time for me to come up. In the moment that you feel like you can no longer mature, really is the moment that you've already regressed. Because we all can mature in something. Does this make sense? And if we're not maturing, if we are not advancing, if we are not looking at ourselves, being able to identify the logs that's within ourselves, then we will continue to stay at the same level. And here's where frustration grows at the greatest part in your life. You become increasingly frustrated, or your frustration intensifies when the calling is tired of really hitting the ceiling that you've placed on it. Because like in the day and age that we're in right now, where the world is and where society is and culture is, God is calling his sons and daughters forward. But if the work isn't done, then it's this ceiling that you keep hitting, because he's like, man, I've got more for you, desire more for you, but yet you are falling short because you won't do the work. It doesn't change his love, but it does reduce the level of growth, blessing, intimacy, and joy that you can experience here, or like in this season. Does it make sense? What they saying on here? They just saying hi. Yeah, y'all should just wave at them. Go ahead and wave. Yeah. So can y'all guess what we're gonna be reading today? I'm staying right here. I do want to move on to the next part of it. And then probably tomorrow for Faith Wednesday, I'm going to expound a little further on this asking. That's still in Matthew chapter 7. So let's go to Matthew chapter 7, verse number 3. Matthew chapter 7, verse number 3. It says, so why do you look at the splinter in whose eye? But you don't notice the beam of wood where? Okay, we have worn this verse out, right? Verse number 4. Or how can you say to your brother, let me take the splinter out of your eye, and look, there's a beam of wood in your own eye? Verse number 5. You what? Hypocrite. First, take the beam of wood out of whose eye? Or my eye, right? And then when I take the beam of wood out of my eye, what happens? I'll see clearly to do what? Okay, now I'm about to go to verse 6, which is something that is quoted so much, but I think not understood at the level of which is quoted. Does this make sense? It says, so don't give what is holy. So he just got finished talking about logs and splinters. Yes or no? And taking the logs out of yourself before you can ever see the splinter in someone else. Yes or no? And then he continues this same thought. So then don't you dare give what is holy to dogs, or toss your pearls before pigs. We heard him say swine, right? Because if you do, here's what will happen. They'll trample under their feet, turn, and then tear you to what? All right, let me be clear. What this verse is not doing is teaching us to devalue people. We should at least know that, right? This is now Jesus starting to teach on a word that is so important to the kingdom. It's so important to your own life. and it's the word discernment. And what Jesus is trying to get us to learn in this moment is how to discern receptivity. Like when someone is willing and able to receive what you have. Does this make sense? So the issue here is not Jesus saying that people are worthless. That's not the issue. The issue is that some moments, some hearts, and some environments, I need you to hear me, are not ready to steward what is sacred. Oh, we're going to have some good time now. Because y'all can join us up if you want, go ahead. But like you have already, you've already talked about the logs, yes or no? And so I'm so glad you are here. You have no idea. I'm glad you're here. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't care. Just walk right across it. They'll just go to another angle. Uh, Act like you own the place. You know. This is what noonday should be about, right? Noontime. Okay, but so where was I at? He was saying it's not about like these like calling people worthless. What he's saying is that sometimes there are moments, hearts, and environments where people do not know how to steward what is sacred. And until you have first identified the log in you, you then won't be able to discern correctly either. So Jesus says, once you remove the log and then you see clearly, then you'll be able to discern where to place what is holy. Oh, this is so good. Once you remove the log, right? So remove the log, I'll then see clearly. And because I can now see clear, I now have the discernment to be able to understand where do I place what is holy. Because you can't just place everything you have with anyone. You can't just lend your time to any person. You can't just give your presence to any place. But if you've got logs, you don't really see that clearly because if I've got a log of trauma that I haven't dealt with, then I may give my time to someone who's undeserving of it, not because I even love them, but because I don't see them correctly. I see them as someone that they're not even supposed to be in my life. But the log is preventing me from learning how to maneuver and how to talk and when do I move my own presence from? Does this make sense? Oh, this is so good. So discernment must come after self-examination, not before it. Without log removal, okay, I need you to hear me. Without log removal, here's what happens. Discernment actually becomes a spiritual word for judgment, avoidance, arrogance, fear, offense, superiority. Like, if we haven't self-examined, we'll say that we're discerning something when in fact we're judging it. Or we'll say we're discerning something when in fact we're avoiding something. We'll say we're discerning something when in fact we're like it. Sometimes what I love, I don't love this. Sometimes Christians try to act spiritual when really they're not. Like you'll even have, like you'll disguise a voice of wisdom and it's really masqueraded as fear. You're like, I just don't think it's something I should do. I'm trying to use wisdom. When in fact, you're scared of that thing. And it's because we haven't removed the logs. Is this making any sense? So the reason why this log thing is so important is because it really becomes, when the log is removed, it becomes the lens in which you can discern clearly. Does this make sense? Because once the log is removed and I'm discerning clearly, here's the question I start asking, Braden. What has God entrusted to me? Look it, look. And where is it assigned? Oh my gosh. What has God entrusted to me? And where has it, like, where is it assigned? Like, I know God has entrusted to me the gift of teaching. And it's assigned at iNgage Community Church. The reason why I know that is because I could, like, the log of acceptance, the log of of trying to, like, of affirmation is no longer present in my life. See, I had that stuff present because of daddy issues. But because I've dealt with those logs, I don't feel the need to go preach every time someone called me to come preach. Because I'm not looking for validation. And what can happen is I can take that gift, put it in another environment, and then not see the fruit that I'll see here at iNgage Community Church, because I know where to place what God has given me. I understand what I've been assigned to, and I understand where it's supposed to go. You have been commanded to love. Are you loving the right person? You're not hearing what I'm saying. No, I'm talking about, like, romantically. You've been commanded to love, right? And it is a privilege to be called into that kind of relationship. But is it with the, like, is it the person that you've been assigned to? Because if I keep giving that kind of love to the wrong assignment, when the person who is assigned to come into my life, I no longer have what I'm supposed to give them because I misassigned it somewhere else. Now what they're asking for, I no longer want to give because I picked up logs in this relationship that's showing itself now in this one. Oh, I'm teaching so good. They said Selah. So Jesus says, man, don't give your pearls away. God, dog. Hey, I need you to deal with these logs, because if you don't deal with the logs, you give what's valuable to the wrong person. What is a pearl? Pearl represents something valuable, sacred, costly, and is cultivated. Does this make sense? It represents something that's valuable, that's sacred, that's costly, and that's cultivated. Tell you one of the biggest pearls you'll ever get. Throw that chart up. Time. Time is a pearl, man. Why? Because it's limited emotional and spiritual capacity. You don't have time. Like, time is the one thing you never get back. Who are you spending your time with? How are you spending your time? Is it someone who values your time, who values your presence? Okay, wives, husbands, this is why it's so important. Like, even in the home, like, when they are home and when they are there and that time is there, how is it being spent? Access is a pearl. Everyone should not have the same access. Closeness, proximity, and influence. Don't give your access to pearls. I mean, to swine. What about counsel? That's the truth that requires humility to receive. Some of y'all counsel people who could care less what you saying out your mouth. And you'll spend, listen to this. You'll counsel people, you'll give them access, and you'll give them time in that counseling, and they could care less what you saying. Maya Angelou said it this way: when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And you're doing all of this counseling Pick up every time they call. Stay on the phone 4 hours. And they're going to go do exactly what they want to do. And then you mad. And the reason why you mad is because you gave a pearl. And they trampled it. Oh, this is so good. Vulnerability. Vulnerability. That's the sacred parts of your story. Everybody don't deserve your sacred parts of your story. You need discernment. How much of this should I be sharing with you? Who are you? How long have I known you? Is this, and some of y'all, man, y'all, as soon as y'all get, like, how you give up that much in a week? Because PB, they just, oh man, they just came talking the right thing, saying the right thing. What? Even your anointing, what God has placed on your life for purpose, your energy. Now I want to be very clear. When I say energy, I'm not talking about that demonic, wicked witchcraft stuff. I'm talking about what you pour into people and places. These are pearls. So when he says don't cast your pearls among swine, he's saying don't cast your time and your access and your counsel and your vulnerability and your anointing and your energy. See, a pearl is anything that God gave you that should not be handled casually. Does this make sense? So you can go through your life and start writing down, like, what are some of the pearls in your life? Like for me right now, that big one is time. I don't got a whole lot of it. So I gotta, so when people are requesting it, I gotta figure out like, is this the right environment for me to be spending it? Like there's some people, like when they call, I just can't pick up. And it ain't even because I don't want to. I just know it's a 2-hour conversation. And I don't have the time or the energy to be able to expend here because I know I'm going to need it there. And until you start seeing yourself the way God sees you, which means that I got to remove the logs out of my life, I won't really start really checking these boxes like, okay, you want me to come hang out with you on Saturday. So what you're asking for now is time, access, energy, and maybe even counsel. Is this worth my Saturday? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about for you all. Like you all have to be able to go through your life because, but the thing is like, if those logs are there, then you'll misappropriate the pearls. And then when you get treated the way you're not looking to be treated, or you get responses that you're not necessarily looking for, and you're trying to figure out how come it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, or how come I feel more drained leaving than when I showed up. It could be I misappropriated my pearls. This is so good to me. Is this good to any of you guys? Yep. You got a mic. There you go, right there.
How do these pearls apply to multi-generational households when you want to limit your time
Yeah.
and access
Yeah.
and energy?
Yeah.
Do you just like go behind a closed door and just shut it off?
Yeah. It's one word. Boundaries. Boundaries is what protects pearls. Right? So like even now, right? Like I have an open door policy, right? So obviously I'm a pastor and I work with my team and my staff here, right? So I got an open door policy. And because my door is open, that's time, access, counsel, anointing, energy, right? So People understand if the door is open, come in. It means that I'm willing to do whatever might be asked of me in that time. When that door is closed, I've set a boundary. I have to lock in, so I can't give time and access and counsel and anointing and energy. I don't have it to give in this moment. Boundaries are for your understanding, not for the other person. I just freed somebody. Boundaries are for your understanding, not the other person. The other person does not have to understand your boundary, they have to respect it. So you don't have to explain the boundary. Okay, a fence. When you put a fence up, that's a boundary. You don't got to explain to your neighbor why you put that fence up. You don't even got to ask for his permission. You put the fence up for you. Yes or no? And what that fence is communicating is, I don't care what you do on the opposite side of this fence. You can do whatever you want to do. It is not my concern. But the moment you cross over on this side, now you got to deal with me. And you're going to be subject to however I want to respond. That's a boundary. Does it make sense? So you have to set your boundaries to protect your pearls. What are those boundaries for you? And you ain't got to go explain it. Hey, I just want to let y'all know that because of this, that, that. All you got to say is, at 8 p.m., I'm shutting it down. Why, Ma? At 8 p.m., I'm shutting it down. My grandma used to say, why you think my business your business? I love that Judy though. Why you think my business is your business? You know, so the boundaries get set in place because I've got pearls to protect. The logs are there to help me. I mean, the removal of the log is there to help me see clearly what my pearls are. I hope you can see the progression of this because he's getting ready to get into asking soon. But he's saying before you even ask, let's get these logs out. Let's have these pearls understood. Let's have these boundaries set. Now, how does that impact what you asked me for? I love it. I love this noonday because I can just take my time. See, could you imagine me trying to preach all of this in one side? I couldn't get through it. So he says, but don't cast them pearls among swine. Huh. What's the swine? The pig. Now, this was not about Jesus calling people pigs. Let's be clear. What he's describing here is a posture. What swine represents is the unreceptive condition. Does that make sense? What swine represents is the I'm not there yet, receptive condition. Oh yeah, I guess I am. But it's so I've recognized my pearls, yes. I've got my list. I know what my pearls are. I've set my boundaries. Because I've removed these logs, I can now begin to discern who has an appetite for what is holy. Does this make sense? It's swine represents this unreceptive condition. It's where there's no honor for what is valuable, where there's no humility to receive correction, where there's no desire to change, where people have a tendency to trample what should be treasured. See, that's why you got to watch certain folks, man, and just look and observe and just see because like prime example, I was in a meeting, I was in a series of meetings. I told you I had some big decisions to make, didn't I? Well, I made one, and I just we decided to go in a different direction. But it's because I was quiet and I was discerning and I was just sitting and I just was able to understand. Okay, this is not where I need to place pearls. Some of you talk too much. I'm not going to give you Bible. I'm going to give you gangster. Is that okay? The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Everywhere you go, you just got to have something to say. You feel the need to contribute to every conversation, to give your input all the time. Some of y'all go to dinner tables and you just dominate the whole thing. And it's not a flex of power. It's actually a flex of weakness. You don't know how to just sit and listen. The reason why that's important, okay, here comes Bible now. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You let someone speak long enough, you're going to see what's in their heart. And so what I was doing over a series of meetings was just asking questions and letting them speak. Just chatty, 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 chatty. And I said, oh, okay. And it helped me figure out how I wanted to go with these pearls. Don't be so antsy to just give away what's good. Matter of fact, the easier it is to get what's good from you, the least it lets me know how little you actually value it. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. How easy it is to get whatever it is from you lets me know how little you value it. So if someone can text you, let's get up today, and you get up with them every day that they text you, at the moment they text you or call you, what you have communicated to that person is you got plenty of time. Now, let's think about what we're trying to say. Now, if it's my son, always got time for you. That's what I'm trying to communicate. Do you see what I'm saying? But if it's someone that like you just getting to know and you don't really know him like that and you don't know her like that and you just every time, you can't tell them that this is what you value. And every time your phone ring, you pick it up. Every time that thing texts you, and then you wonder why, man, people always calling me. You always pick up. You always answer. And that might not be the thing that you got a problem with. But you're communicating something when you do this. You're letting them know that this might not be that valuable of a thing. Women, ladies, if you give up your goods to everybody, might not be no good no more. I'm either going past to you or I'm not. And that's why that's come on, man. That's why he said, no, hold this till you get married. What you easily give up, you place the value on it. Is it expensive or is it cheap? God dog, I'm teaching like, are you hearing what I'm saying? And some of us, we're giving the good things to the wrong people, in the wrong places, in the wrong environments. And then when they mistreat it, we pick up the log. Someone asked me, they said, how do you navigate that when always hear people make time for what they want? Okay, I already said, how do I see what you're saying? How do you navigate that when people say you make time for what you want? Boundaries are always going to be the indicator, man. Like, because have you heard of two things can be true at once? Like, I can be the oldest and the youngest. You understand that? I can be the oldest brother, but I could also be the youngest son, depending on who the other father is. This makes it like two things can be true at once. So, yes, you make time for what's valuable, but people also have to respect boundaries. Do I value my children? Yes. I will make time for them any time they ask for me to do it. Now, if they walked up here on Sunday in the middle of teaching, they have disregarded a boundary. And so where respect and honor and humility come in is dad will always make time for me. I also understand that he's doing something right now. Does this make any sense? And what I do know about dad is the moment he has time, God dog, y'all not hearing what I'm saying, he's going to give it to me. Make time means that, okay, I heard that, Holy Spirit. So when someone says you make time for what you want, you are then releasing the onus on me to make it, and you're saying I'm okay when it's made. Because if you're asking me to make it, you're not asking me to drop everything to do it. Hey, we growing up this year. Are y'all with me? Okay, someone said, how do you set these boundaries without coming off as selfish? Is that an inner problem or a change the world struggles to accept? I don't know what you're asking. How do I set boundaries without coming off as selfish? Boundaries are selfish. Boundaries are there to protect self. That's like saying going in your house when it's raining is selfish. I don't want to get wet. So if I know you got an attitude problem and an anger problem and you don't like when things don't go your way and you start throwing things, no, I'm going to set a boundary to protect myself because I don't want to get hit. But if I got logs, I'll come back because of the toxicity in this thing. I haven't dealt with the log yet, and I keep putting myself in environments and giving pearls to people in places that do not appreciate what's holy. You see how Jesus is the greatest teacher on earth and in heaven. Is this good to anybody but me? Here's what I wrote. Pigs don't trample pearls because it's evil. They trample them because they don't recognize their value. What am I saying? People are not the enemy. They just don't know how to value what you carry in this season. Oh my gosh. Which is why the log has got to be removed. Why are you saying that? Because when the log is removed, I'll understand what season I am in, which will then give me the ability to articulate the season I'm in. And if you don't respect that season, then what I have to give, I can't give to you. Because if I do, you'll trample that which should be treasured. Okay, prime example. Say prime example. Y'all know I do this thing with pastors, fresh wind pastors, right? And I bring them in and I spend time with them and I do all of this stuff. Okay, we just did a price increase. And the reason why is because I'm understanding the season I'm in. I'm understanding the pearls that I have. I'm understanding what I have to give. And so I'm saying, okay, I know it used to be this, but if I'm going to give you 8 hours of the day, And I know that what I'm going to give is going to take your ministry from here to here. I can no longer do it for this. So if less people show up, fine, but the ones who came treasured the pearl. You're not hearing what I'm saying. Say yesterday's price is not today's price. The gas station done told us that. Okay, ooh, say ooh. How you in an economy where everything going up but you? I'm gonna say that again. How are you in an economy, but everything is going up but you? No, come on, say my influence is going up, my money is going up, my revelation is going up, my intimacy with God is going up, my self awareness is going up. Come on, everything in my life is rising to the occasion in which God has called it to. And if you're going to rise, you can't stay at the place of where other people refuse not to. That's a market tension. Oh. And some of you are attached to people who want to stay low, and God's called you high. And nothing will frustrate someone more or make them more uncomfortable than you deciding not to stay at this current level when they've made it their home. And my husbands and my fathers and my men, it's your job to keep going higher. I don't care how comfortable the house has got. You create the house. I'm doing it. I'm legit frustrating my house right now because I'm like, gotta go higher. Gotta go higher. No, I need you to do it. We teaching Ace and Win chores. Hey man, come here. No, I need you to do this. You need to prepare for this because I understand that stewardship at this level is what unlocks the next. I'm going to say it again. Stewardship at this level is what unlocks the next. Every time I wanted to move a house, I became so overly concerned about how I was stewarding the current one. And you can use that for you want a new job? Steward this one like crazy. You want to get out of a current relationship that you're not married in? Steward yourself like crazy. It'll place a mandate on how people are supposed to show up. They lucky I ain't had no daughter. She would have been. That's all you got? My daddy did that at 2. Is this making any sense? Yes. Okay. Uh, uh, Jesus did not give everyone the same level of access. He had crowds. He had followers. He had the 70. He had the 12. He had the 3. And then he had moments alone with the Father. Okay, I'm going to say this again because I'm going somewhere with this. You ready? He had crowds. He had followers. He had the 70. He had the 12. He had the 3. And then he even had moments alone with the Father. One more time. He had the crowd. He had followers. He had the 70. He had the 12. He had the 3. And he even had moments alone with the Father. Here's what it's showing us. That love is universal. Access is discerned. He loved everybody. But access was left up to discernment. And when you get this level of revelation, you become increasingly okay with who you leave on the outskirts and who you leave close to you. And what's going to happen is, see, some people in the crowd might be jealous that they ain't in the three. And what you'll be able to tell them is, man, hey, man, how you steward my time with you in the crowd. Okay, how you treasure my time with you in the crowd will determine if you ever get access as a follower. And how you treasure my time with you as a follower will determine if you ever get access to the 70. And how you steward my time and treasure my time with you with the 70 will determine if you ever get access to the 12. And how you treasure my time with you with the 12 will determine if you ever get access to the 3. Do you see how this goes? Because some of you are taking people straight from crowds to your bedroom. I'm teaching so good today. And you never took them on a discernment journey. Because how you act with the crowd is not how you're going to act as a follower. And how you act as a follower is not how you act at 70. How you act with 70 is not how you act with 12. And I got to be able to discern how you handle these different environments before I just let you come up in. Come on. All right. And if you just let anybody in your home must not be valuable. Let anyone in your bedroom must not be valuable. Ooh, I heard that. Some people will have like you won't let no one just come in your fridge, but you'll let them in your sheets. Men, women. I'm talking, no. Let's grow up in this area. I remember, man, my parents just say, don't let nobody in your car. When I first started driving, you better not let nobody in your car. And it was like a real, like my father, he ain't play either. Former police officer, you let me find out somebody said they saw you riding with somebody. Somebody was riding with you. What if we became that selective in our adult years on who we let that close to us? I'm not saying don't love. Let's be clear. I'm saying we limit access. We're discerning about proximity. We're discerning about our counsel. We're discerning like these pearls. All of you have pearls. Say, I've got pearls. Okay, compassion does not require unlimited availability. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. I can't, I can't be, especially like in my position, right? I can't be there for everyone the way everyone wants me to be there for them. It doesn't make me less compassionate. So it might be something I can't show up to, but I can still send flowers. Is that compassionate? See, some of y'all gonna have to redefine. Like because some of y'all will go to something that you really don't want to go to, not because you couldn't make it and so decided you still showed up, but you just are worried about what they're gonna say in your absence. And if your reason for going, for going, even when you didn't want to or didn't even have the time to, is because you're afraid of what they might say. That's a relationship that's got to be reevaluated. And the relationship that I'm talking to be reevaluated is with yourself. I am like trying to help you guys out because some of you are living under the constant demands and pressures of culture and people and judgments And this all traces back to these logs that we have in us. You don't even got the time and the access and the ability to go there, and you did it solely because if I don't go, would they just think I didn't love them? Huh? And then your whole day thrown off, and you so. And they could have cared less if you showed up or not. Because they're secure, you're insecure. Am I helping anybody? So when our pearls are misplaced, I got 9 minutes. When our pearls are misplaced, Jesus says what happened. Them swine, they may trample them, they may turn, or here's the worst part, they may tear you to pieces. They may trample on your pearls. They may turn on your pearls. And here's the worst one, or they may tear you to pieces. That's a powerful progression. What does trample mean? Trample means to dishonor what you gave. That's the baseline of it. That's in this most simplest, most rudimentary form what can happen when you misplace a pearl. Most of you are already past that progression. The second one is where most of you guys are at, where it's turned. What does that mean? Where you ever tried to bring something up to someone and then they redirect the frustration towards you. That's called turning the pearl. Like you sit down just to have a loving conversation, to bring something up. And all of a sudden now you in the hot seat. And you're like, wait a minute, how did I? Because you did not discern, was this the place where I was supposed to place my pearl? Or should I have let God handle that one? And now you walking around with your tail between your legs. And you was just trying to love somebody else. And here's the worst version of it, where they tear you up. What do you mean? The giver becomes wounded because the gift was given to the wrong environment. Some of y'all have been so wounded because you gave your gift to someone who didn't even understand it, couldn't treasure it. And then hear how this law get picked up. Now, you don't want to give the gift no more because of the way someone else mishandled it. But the reality is, if you had discerned properly the first time, that gift would have never have been mistreated, so you wouldn't be afraid to give it. You know who deals with this a lot? Musicians in churches. Give their gifts to the wrong environments. And so then they get trampled on, they get hurt, they get turned on, they get all of that because they went to the wrong environments and the wrong places. And then they get to the next place and they don't want to just give their gift because they're afraid that I'm going to be trampled on and turned on and all of that. And that's like logs, bro. Some of you are even misidentifying. Like you've got pearls that you think is cold because you placed it in the wrong hands, or you placed it in the wrong environment. You placed it with the wrong people, and you got to snatch your pearls back. Like some of you got to go home and really just start establishing some boundaries. I ain't gave you too much pearls, dog. I can't keep giving you these pearls. I'm gonna give you one more chart. We're gonna get out of here because we gotta get ready to go. Got 5 minutes. You see this? I'm gonna help you out. Here's a misplaced pattern. What do you mean? Well, like the patterns of pearls ending up in the wrong place And then how do we discern it healthy? Does that make sense? So one of the misplaced patterns is you explain yourself to people that's committed to misunderstanding. I stopped that a long time ago. Y'all know what one of my favorite words is? Okay. I'm telling you, 2 + 2 = 7. Okay. That's exactly it. It is. You're right. You're right. Why? Because energy is a pearl. Time is a pearl. I'm not about to waste no energy trying to get you to understand what I already know. If when you want to understand it, I don't know. So what do? You speak where there's humility. That's going to save some of y'all a bunch of time. This can even be your children. I'm going to talk about this week. I promise you for Mother's Day, I'm going to talk like I'm going to have a moment with you moms to just take your hands off that child and send them down the river. Ooh, I'm going to show you that in scripture. It's going to be so good. Some of you give access to people who dishonor boundaries. The better discernment is to love them with distance. Some of you pour wisdom into people who only want attention. I'm learning that in this season like never before. You don't even want my wisdom. You just want attention. Man, I'm only going to invest in teachable people. Okay? You share sacred pain with unsafe people. What's the better thing to do? To be vulnerable with trusted people. You trying to rescue people who reject responsibility. Parents, you keep rescuing your children and they reject responsibility. How much money you got to lose before you realize that that's the reason why you ain't got it no more? Huh? All the children like, stop. Mom, don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. You bailed them out your entire life, and you're going to struggle to get them to come sit next to you this week in church for Mother's Day. And you think they the problem. Huh? You mistake guilt. I need you to see this. You mistake guilt for an assignment. When instead, you should follow peace and obedience. And some of y'all should just print this chart out and put it on your refrigerator. You should number it. You should number. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should number them 1 through 6, right? And then when your children come over and they ask you for money, just say number 5, number 5, number 5, number 5. What are you talking about? Go to that refrigerator, go look for the number 5. And then go to answer to your question. Number 5. You rejecting responsibility. I'm not. You are, because you back. Here again. All right, I'm going to give you these questions. Take a picture of these questions, and we're going to be done. Before giving a pearl, ask these questions. Is this person receptive or resistance? Have they shown honor for what I shared before? That's a real good one right there. That's a good one. When I take my meetings, I think about how the last meeting go. Does this make any sense? Hey, I want to meet with you. I just met with you. And I remember how that went. I'm going to pass you off. Because you want attention, not wisdom. Am I giving this from obedience or from guilt? Guilt comes from the enemy, by the way. Guilt doesn't come from God. Correction comes from God, not guilt. Are you hear what I'm saying? Conviction comes from God, not guilt. So when you feel guilty, you can't, like, he's already called you innocent. He's already called you redeemed. So you can't feel guilty from God. So guilt comes from the enemy. And so when you like, am I doing this so I don't feel guilty? Because if that's the case, then I'm doing this for the wrong reason. I should be doing this because I want to be obedient. God, I'm helping you guys out. Am I trying to prove, fix, rescue, or control? Say this again. Am I trying to prove, fix, rescue, or control? Because if I am, I probably shouldn't be doing this. Is this a God assignment or an emotional assignment? Here's the last one. Do they want transformation or just access to my oil? These are my questions. Use them. This was so good to me. This was so good to me. Someone said, Lord, the way I'm screenshotting. We got anything out of this? Someone said the face you make when you have a recurring 12:30 status call and they just want to keep talking your life with, like, the way I'm trying to listen to this word. I love it. I love it. I love it. Was this good, guys? So awesome. Hey, man, y'all get back to work, man. Be obedient. I love y'all. Oh, man. That was good.